All right, welcome back. We're working on Allie.Chat. It's been a little bit since we worked on it. It is up for production at Allie.Chat at the moment. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be separating it into N-tier layers. One thing about the app is that we have the different packages that are available up on NuGet now. So we can take a look here at NuGet. And you can see that available for use, general use, are the WebSocket package, the Web API and Web API auth package, the TCP package. These are dependent on the lib here, and this Allie.Chat package contains all of them. So we're going to be adding to that and making a commands package on here so that it'll be easy to use the commands that you register with the app. So the way that the app works is that it's an ASP.NET core application. We currently have it split up into 4 layers. We have an identity server, we have a web API, we have an app that runs on Kestrel, and it runs the TCP WebSocket and the Twitch and Discord bots. And then we also have a Allie.Chat app, which is made in Razor. And that's for search engine optimization, SEO, the regular one. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be separating, because you probably heard the same thing that I heard, which is that Allie.Chat.connect has a lot of different pieces in it. And that can get really intensive if we do all of our processing in that app as well. So we're going to be separating that into N-tier layers. And then we'll be just running them as console applications, unless I think there's something called a worker application that we could potentially use. I was reading about it, but I haven't used it, so we may or may not do that. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. Also, make sure you check us out, discord.pixelhorrorstudios.com. John Stryker, how are you doing? Just stopping by before I go to sleep. I'm doing very well. It's been a little bit since I've done this. It's good to be back. How are you doing, man? Metalegal, long time no see. I know it's been like 5 weeks. I'm doing very well. This app is up and running. I'm doing very well. I'm happy. Have lots of product that's out and available. Also, There Is No Turning Back is available free on Google Play Store. But yeah, so let's get going on this. So on the right here is my Angular CLI app. That's how the main thing works. Let's show the app. So I'll run this side, and we're already ng serving over here on the right. Give it just a second to load. And at the moment, it's a monolith. So it's all set up as one app. Okay, so this is our front end. This is made in ASP.NET Core MVC. You can see it's using Bootstrap for the sizing. I did the theming on it. I added the content on it. I think it's live right now. I'm going to change a couple of the pictures on it. And I haven't done the documentation yet, but the web API is available, as well as the public gets. Core MVC. Yeah, because when you're using Core, you can either use the web API side of it, or you can use the web application side of it, which was like usually web API plus the Razor layer and the controller layer instead of the API controller layer. So I rethemed this. This is an extensive web API which is available. We're using Identity Server 4 for the authorization server. You just need to document on that. And back on the app, I've also added my terms of service and my privacy policy. So if we take a look at the app, and I do a login now, it's going to redirect me to my identity server. And ideally, this will be quiet behind the scenes. It'll load here and then redirect me to the app. Sometimes it hangs on the debugger, so I'll just give it a kick. And that should push it through. John says, I'm doing great. Learning a lot of my job. Maybe with some luck, I'll get to keep my job after a 6-month trial. I think that's awesome, man. Congratulations. I remember when you got that. It's awesome to hear when things go well. And also, when they don't, but So we're using SignalR here for my data transfer layer. And so this should be using WebSockets. You can see here in the chat, another development bot is up and running. In the app, this made an Angular CLI, so it's not set up for SEO. You can see I've got 2 bots registered. We can close the console. Let's go ahead and register a TCP bot. And we're going to call this TCP bot 1. And I'll register a WebSocket bot called WebSocket bot 1. And so when I look at these, you can see that it gives me an OAuth token here. Interesting username is messed up, so I got a little bit of formatting and front-end work to do. But this token, we're going to use this in just a minute to connect to the server. So let me move this token over here into a notepad. And this one is for TCP. And now we'll get our WebSocket token. Dion says, John, I just started work like 1 month ago. Same situation with me, but it's my first job. Came here to learn, says Dion. John says, my first job is 4 months in it at the moment. Dion says, cool, good luck on it. Are you still using Toaster for your toasts? I use Toaster, yeah, for my notifications when I'm working with Angular. And I use Nodi when I'm using ASP.NET. So the WebSocket bot has this token. So let's copy and paste these. And now one of the things I want to show is that we can easily use those NuGet packages that are available to build an app on this. So in this solution, we are going to create a new project. And I'm going to make this a C#. Let's close this one out. No, I need to keep this running because I'm going to be doing this on my development environment. I can show this on the test environment. Let's just keep going, and then I'll do a separate video on how to use it with the NuGet packages. So what we're going to do now is everything is ready to get separated. We have in my Connect app here a number of different services. And you can see I have one here to add SignalR. That makes sense because the Connect app, when you're on the Allie.Chat web app, I have to update this. When you're on the web app, when you're connected to the chat here, this is a separate hub than the rest of the app. So I'm not using any, very little HTTPS communication. Almost everything's done using the SignalR. Additionally, I'm creating this web API service and registering it. And then I'm registering this service cache streams. So I'm expecting that this is going to need to persist for my different apps. And let's go to Google Draw.io. And let me draw what I'm going to do. Okay. So currently what we have is this. We have a identity server 4, and then we also have a web API. I have another service which is called Connect, and then I have one more app here, which is called my landing page. So the landing page here is for SEO, for search engine optimization. And it doesn't really talk to anything. Oh, I guess I have one more layer here, which is my Angular CLI web app. So this one is talking to my web API, like that. And I should just go ahead and do this as a double line, somehow. Okay. And my landing page is really only connecting me to the web app. Okay. The web app connects to the identity server, as does the landing page. The identity server does not talk to the web API. Nope. Okay. And then our Connect app, what it does is it connects here to our web app. And then additionally, we have users, which are out here. And these come in the shape of, can I change that text, or is it not going to let me? And this is going to be a WebSocket client, or this will be a TCP client. Like this. Oh my God. Just a second. Okay, we'll just leave it like that, okay? Okay, so these are available here on NuGet right now. I mean, I'm sure if I was more familiar with it, this would be awesome. Okay? And so what we need to do is when we look at this Connect app, it gets a bit muddled because Connect has 4 things in it. It has a Twitch, it has Discord bot, it has a TCP server, and it has a WebSocket server. Okay, and if you were a user here using the web app, then you can do this on TCP or, oh, I'm sorry, on Twitch or on Discord. Like that. Okay, so those are our endpoints. You can do this through the landing page and the web app, and then all of this stuff here is publicly exposed. Okay. So what we're going to be doing here is if I reproduce this, and we'll put a big arrow here to signify the change that we're making. And I'm just going to copy this whole thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this so that this WebSocket here and this TCP client, which will still be on NuGet, in this Connect app, this one is only going to be, well, let's do 2 on it. We'll do TCP on it and WebSocket. Okay. And then additionally on this, we're going to have just a second. We're going to have another bot here, which is up here. And this one is going to be my Twitch bot, right? And then I'm going to have another one of these down here, or we'll just put it up here, which will be a Discord bot. And these 3 are going to have a couple of different layers. One that goes that's interesting. So one, we're going to add an arrow here that goes from here to here. Oh, what? And then we're going to have another one which goes from there to here. Okay. So each of these are going to be publicly exposed, these different layers. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have my end users here associated down with this connect. So let's organize this a little bit better by moving this down here, moving this one down here. Okay, and we'll have my WebSocket here available by connect, and then TCP socket here available by connect. Okay. And so then what we're going to have is a layer, which I'm going to call here, I'll move this over here. We should probably move this a little bit more horizontal, and then add in a break like that. There's a reason I'm doing it like this. Just a second. Because then what I'm going to have here is a persistent layer that goes between my layers. Okay? So my connect is going to connect to the persistent layer, as is the Twitch bot, as is my Discord bot. Now this can be many things. So this could be MongoDB. We could use SQL. We could use Elasticache, Redis. Okay. So this is going to manage all of my different messages coming in and out. So this whole system here is going to be set up on first in, first out for this whole thing. Okay, so this is going to be persistent layer, and we're going to have two sides of this. We're going to have a incoming messages, and then we're going to have a outgoing messages. Okay. So then we're going to have something in here which is a horizontally scaling. So I'll use this one for this. And this is going to be my processing layer. And we can do this with services or like a .NET Core console, or we could just say a console application, or we could say a Linux service. And the reason I'm adding it like that is because it is going to be able to horizontally scale based on the need. Okay, so we can add in another one of, we'll add this thing here to represent it. And I'm going to say this is processing 1, and then we can add in this one, which is processing 2. And we can add in communication between that layer. See you later, Dion. I'll put this up on YouTube. Okay, so we have our 4 inputs. We have our Twitch, Discord, Connect, which is TCP WebSocket, and then our landing page and our identity server. Also, this connects to here, just to add that in. Okay. So this will be my processing layer, and we're going to have 2 parts, incoming and outgoing, right? So when it hits processing layer, I want to have something here in the database, but I'm going to want all of this to hit it as well. So I should probably move the database over here. Hold on. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to be incoming and outgoing messages, like that. And I think that will work. Now, one thing that I can do is this Twitch bot could be multiple replicating here. So this could be horizontally scaling based on need. And then we can do the same thing here on the just on that one. So this could be a whole separate app if we need it to be. Can be extended to app. Routing. Okay. And I think this pretty much explains it. So we're going to have 1 instance of the Discord bot, 1 instance of the Twitch bot, 1 instance of the Connect bot. We're going to have this persistent layer, and then this processing layer, which is going to be hitting our database, and then grabbing each of our first in, first out messages, processing them, and then dumping them into an output layer. So this is what we're going to be setting up right now. So let's get going on that.